working on themselves, I can say. They are often working on themselves because they are often affected by other people's energies. And women are quite sympathetic, quite empathetic. As a mother, which is what a woman is, every woman, whether she is a um, mother or not, has this potential to be um, to be a mother and has this motherly and nurturing quality. So naturally, a mother wants to look after anyone, everyone, and and in order to do that, and I think just through, and it's a natural instinct that a woman will pick up on the feelings of others. But what we need to do then is we need to be able to set a boundary. So in our language, in our culture, we talk about setting boundaries. There's no boundaries to set. You don't set a boundary. We say that because we feel that we have to verbally tell somebody, hey, you stay over there and I'm staying over here. Don't come over to my side, which is kind of like what people do in an argument. They do it in relationships. Um, they do it in job situations as well, setting their boundaries, telling the boss or the employee, this is your job, this is your area, this is your place. Don't go over other people's boundaries, etc. I understand that those things are a natural part of work environment and even relationships to a certain extent. We do need to set those boundaries. But when we're talking about taking on the energies of others, like say, for example, um, if somebody's angry around you, and and quite often they are angry, and they talk about, when they talk with anger, and they're complaining, judging, criticizing, and you feel that you are absorbing that anger. Actually, you are not absorbing the anger. What you are really doing is observing it. But because you are observing it, you start to feel that it's yours. That's where you need to clearly identify that is your anger. Check yourself. Am I angry? If I am angry, ask myself, why am I angry? Am I just angry because they're angry? Did you ever notice that when someone's angry, you quite often will respond with anger? Why are we doing that? That doesn't make the world a better place. It doesn't make you happy. It doesn't make them happy. It doesn't lead to any goodness whatsoever. But we do it without awareness. It's one of our habits. So quite often, when things are going wrong, we will act in the same negativity as the thing that's going wrong. So we actually add to the problem. We make things worse. Of course, we want to blame others for this, but it's not their fault. It's our own lack of mindfulness, lack of wisdom. So when you feel that you are being affected by somebody else's energy, ask yourself, what's the reality here? So tonight we've been talking about our reality. In truth, your light cannot be affected by anybody else. Your reality cannot be affected by anybody else unless you allow it to. So you need to check yourself. When you see someone is stressed, negative, afraid, worried, notice their energy but then check your own. If you are responding in the same way, if you are starting to have the same experience as them, ask yourself why. Are you being just empathetic and thinking, oh, because they're angry, I should be angry too, to make them feel better? Is it a kind of a compassionate thing? Oh, if you're worried about that, then I'm going to worry about it too, just to make you feel better. Or, if you say that's a problem, then I'm going to say that's a problem too, because I want you to feel comfortable thinking that that's a problem. So sometimes you even like, you are, I want to say, like selling your soul. You are giving away your spiritual light. You are giving away what you believe in, just to make someone else feel comfortable. And that doesn't serve anybody. It definitely doesn't serve the other person. And meanwhile, you're creating more suffering for yourself. It's better if you have a friend who comes to you with a big problem and they're saying, oh, my my I don't know, my colleague, my boss at work, maybe, my sister or my mother or somebody, and they're saying this and doing that, and they're pouring out this story to you. Of course you're going, oh no, that's terrible. Oh, and you really want to help them. But by taking on their experience, getting involved in their story and in their feelings doesn't help you. It doesn't help you to help them. It doesn't allow you to see the problem objectively. So what we need to do is to be able to see that problem clearly. What I do is, when somebody brings me a problem, it's like we're sitting at a table. They're sitting on the other side. I'm sitting on this side. They come, they sit down, and they tell me their problem. We lay it out on the table. And we pull it apart. We dissect it. We chop it up. We analyze it. What's this? What's that part? What does this mean? What's that? Where does this fit in? Where does that go? Ask all the questions you need to do. But when you're finished, if they want to pack it up and take it with them, let them take it. But you don't do that. You realize that is their problem. I'm over here. They are over there. It sounds a little bit cold, but it's also necessary. One, for your own mental health, and two, for you to be able to help them. Because when you get involved, when you take on their emotions, you become a part of the problem. And when you're a part of the problem, you're not helping anybody. So this is also making your mind strong. And you're making your mind strong by, when you feel or see somebody else's negative energy, check your own energy. And be honest. You have to be really honest. Even this honesty is self-power. It's a strong mind. How do I really feel about this? Not how does this person think that I should feel about this. I'm not creating an emotion just so this person will accept me. I'm not agreeing with them so they feel better. Quite often when people tell me things that I don't agree with, I don't say, oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, uh-huh, I remain silent. I may not say, no, 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 I don't agree with that, but I won't be saying, yes, 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 oh yeah. Quite often when somebody's telling you even something negative, you're going, yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Somehow we want them to feel comfortable. We want to agree with them. but you have to be clear. And even if you want to, depending on the person, you can say, well, in fact, I don't agree with that. Or that's not my belief. That's not what I follow. That's not the way I see things. And you don't have to justify yourself. You don't have to explain yourself. You can make a statement, that's not what I believe, and leave it there. If they ask, they can ask. If you don't want to explain, even they ask, and you don't want to explain, you can say, oh, I don't feel like explaining it right now. Maybe another time. Let's talk about it another time. Just deflect it. Set it off to the side. Thank you, Sevin. Jim, you can go. Lovely to see you. I just heard sounds outside that sounded like shots from a gun and someone shouting. So it is what it is. It is as it is. I am as I am. Everything's all right. Costa said, when I listen to someone complaining, I might agree with their arguments, and this agreement might trigger the same emotion in me. Hence, I might conclude that I absorb their anger. But no, it's me mirroring someone else's thoughts. Yeah, yeah. So we need to establish, what are my own thoughts? What are my own feelings? How do I really feel about this? And if you agree, you agree. If you don't agree, you don't agree. You don't have to say, I don't agree, but you can become neutral. People don't like neutral. People think neutral is angry, but neutral is not. People think neutral is also negative, but neutral is neither negative nor angry. And that's where sometimes people think that sometimes they think I'm angry or that I'm negative, and I'm not. I'm just being neutral. And it's like you're not allowed to be neutral. You either have to be positive or or negative. You either have to be happy or sad. You have to have some emotion. But when you feel in the middle, you're in the middle. So what? You're in the middle. You may not be smiling, but you're not grimacing. You're not angry. Let people have their own opinions. Let them have their own ideas, and we can go on with our own life, actually peacefully, following a middle way. Sevin Jim said, Jeff Jim, I have to leave now. Thank you for your thank you, so appreciated teachings today. Meditation was so special, and I feel so peaceful and calm. That's beautiful. Take that off with you into your day and share it as you go. Karen Ong said, how to accept but do not agree. Even by saying that, and that may not sit well with some people. If it sits well with yourself, it's good. Where you could even say, oh, I accept your opinion. I appreciate your opinion, but I don't agree. You're allowed to say that. You're allowed to have an opinion. In many cultures, and sometimes we've been taught, especially as children, not to have an opinion. Sometimes women aren't allowed to have an opinion. Sometimes a boss won't allow an employee to have an opinion. Sometimes teachers don't even allow students to have an opinion. Things like that. Sometimes it's authority, but you're allowed to have an opinion. You don't have to say it. You don't have to express it. You can just accept it. But the main thing is that you check in your heart and see how you are reacting. Thanks. Tammy said, have to go. Bye, and thank you very much, Jeff. And Costa said, neutral is indifferent, hence not caring. And that is bad, socially speaking, right? Yeah, that's how it seems. That when you are neutral, it seems like you don't care. But it's not. And I feel this so often. I'm not acting or reacting to a situation, but it doesn't mean that I don't care. This is in our country. We often get pressured and even bullied, even by so-called nice people, because we are supposed to express our, our goodness. But if you don't see it as goodness, you don't have to say it. If you're not happy about something, you don't have to say you're happy. Some people just feel that they have to say it to be, as we call, politically correct or socially correct. You know, your friend gets a, no, not your friend, somebody at work, they get a new hairstyle and you hate it. But what do you say? Oh, oh, new hairstyle. Like you don't go, I like it. You kind of put a smile on your face. You go, oh, you had your hair done. You know, you're not saying, I don't like your hair. Your hair's looks like crap. You're just, you can acknowledge, you can accept, but you don't have to agree. You're not saying, oh, I love your hair. Oh, where'd you get it done? You know, and go on with all the BS that many people go on about. But just say, even say, as I said, oh, your hair looks fresh, or new look, it's good. How do you feel? Ask them, put it back onto them. How do you feel with your new hair like that? So in this way, you're becoming mindful of your speech, you're becoming mindful of your mental reactions, you're becoming careful of the messages that you're sending out also. And in the meantime, you are guarding yourself. So, this is what this spiritual light, this understanding the truth, is also doing for yourself. It's a protection for yourself. You are guarding yourself. This is a strong mind. All my teachers have very strong minds. They may have had strong minds before they started meditation, but the meditation can definitely make your mind stronger. This is one of the reasons why we practice it. And I've seen it in people who have come to me over the years, that their mind has become stronger, more stable, less shaken, less stirred, if we do the James Bond reference. Nisa says, actually, this happens to me a lot when I choose to be silent. The people get kind of more angry at me for not responding, and it makes me feel weird, like I'm doing something wrong. Yeah. Um, Sometimes we have to voice our neutrality and just say, well, I don't really feel anything about that. Or, you know, I'm in the middle about that. Or, I don't know, this way or that way, I don't know. Sometimes being silent does make people angry. If they're angry about an issue and you remain silent, it means that you're not following their side. But if you say, I don't know, I haven't made a decision about this yet, or I don't know how I feel about that, or even, you know, I feel quite neutral, I feel in the middle. So even by voicing it out, at least you've said something. Sometimes it's the silence that they don't like. Amongst us, good friends here in this circle, we can be silent and we don't expect other people to have to say anything. This is such a respect to people. I respect it when people, because I spent a lot of my life in silence, my meditation and being a monk. What, I didn't have anything to say. So, but people respected that because I was a monk, they respected that I was silent. Um, Even now, I think people still respect my silence, I think, but it's because of who I am and what I do. But as an average person, people don't like silence. They take it as negative. They take it as a like a demonstration, or what am I thinking of? Like a blockage, or like going on strike. It's like a hunger strike or a silent strike. I will not speak, and therefore I will display my dissatisfaction or something like that. But it's actually not that. So, yeah. Costa said, yeah, duality does not accept the equilibrium. That's right. Duality feeds on duality. Um, you know, negativity feeds on negativity. Positivity feeds on positivity. Sometimes negative wants to be positive. Sometimes positive wants to be negative. But it's very rare that we actually find the equality, the equilibrium in the middle, the neutrality. And people don't like it. And that's okay. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. If you want to say something, say something. There's this nice saying in the Dhammapada that, which is one of the Buddhist texts, like a compilation. It says, in this world, they blame those who speak too much. They blame those who don't speak enough. And they blame those who remain silent. So there's no one in this world who isn't blamed. In this way, the Buddha was saying, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which way you go, you're going to get blamed for it. If you talk too much, you're going to get blamed for it. If you talk too little, you'll be blamed. And if you become silent, you'll be blamed. So the Buddha here is just basically giving you permission to be as you are. If you want to talk, talk. If you want to talk a little, talk a little. If you want to be silent, be silent. Doesn't matter. People are either going to like it or dislike it anyway, because we live in this world of duality. Gaik said, silent, because the one in anger needs peace too. Yeah, it's true. But as Nisa was saying, sometimes by being silent, you make them more angry. So you need to be sensitive towards the other person. And sometimes just, even, as I said, just make a neutral statement and say something, but even it doesn't really mean anything. You're neither agreeing nor disagreeing. Yeah. Yeah. Leslie Go wrote to me directly. I assume I can say it out loud. In today's lifestyle, people simply need to give an opinion to be judgmental. It's exactly right. People just, they want to be heard. They want to say something. And this is just purely ego. It's like, listen to me. Even sometimes they're talking BS. It doesn't really make sense. Or they're just taking one side or another just to have an opinion. And it's actually better to slowly make your way away from these people. It's hard if it's your partner or somebody close to you in your life, maybe a good friend or something. But then you need to practice patience. But if they're a person that you really don't need to spend time with, then spend less time with them. Yeah, Karen said, in whatever situation, we have to apply wisdom. Exactly right. And that's where we need the wisdom, even to just stop and pause and check, how do I feel? What's the right thing to do in this situation? You remember I've said it here many times in Zoom. May I have the serenity or the patience to accept things I can't change. May I have the courage to change things I can. May I have the wisdom to know the difference. Beautiful saying, very universal. I got it from Christianity. It's talking about God, but as a Buddhist or as a universalist, as a Dharmist, you can say, um, mm, May I have the serenity, that is the peace, to accept things I can't change. May I have the courage to change things that I can. And may I have the wisdom to know the difference. And it's always the wisdom that we need to know when to do something and when not to do something, when to change something, when not to change something, when something is my problem and when it's not my problem, to know when to leave something alone or when to step in and pick it up and run with it, to act on it. This is our wisdom. Yeah. Today, Ali Baha wrote, "Today I saw what enlightenment is for me. Before it was a concept. Today it became my truth. Thank you, dear Jeff, loving you." Thank you, brother. Pleased to have you along. Glad to get your feedback as well. So, dear friends, today I am in my friend's studio here, and I need to go. Jeff, Claire Chua said, "Jeff, regarding your forgiveness retreat in April, I am unable to attend certain timings. Can I still participate in the retreat?" Yes, you can. Um, uh, it just it's just that there are limited numbers, and if you attend the retreat but don't join all the sessions, you could be taking the place of someone who could be joining all of the sessions. So um, just bear that in mind, that by graciously not attending, you may be giving that place to somebody else. But, you know, online retreats, not everyone can turn up, and that's how it is. So personally, it doesn't really matter to me. I just thought I'd offer that that little bit to you. So, oh, and that was a private message. I apologize for that. Leslie Go also is writing a private message, which I think is open, that she is leaving. Listening to you every week keeps my spiritual light bright and energized. How beautiful. Excellent. Where can we get the info for that retreat? I don't know if one of my Malaysian friends or Sui An comes on.
Sasana, Jeff, Sasana Raika, but it's closed. The
Okay.
application is closed.
Okay. Thank you. So, yeah, unfortunately, Ali, it's they only had their Zoom only takes 100 people, and they've um, yeah, Gaik said he's in the waiting list. So you can also be in a waiting list, I assume, if you want to, unless they've closed the waiting list. So they did say if they had more than 100, they might consider upgrading their Zoom and accepting more, because that's what you can do. And yeah, so yeah, you can have a go, Ali, and see what happens. See if you can get on the waiting list. Maybe if their waiting list gets very long, that they'll decide, okay, then we need to upgrade our Zoom. Yeah, anything's possible. So as I was saying, I'm in my friend's studio tonight, and she will be coming in very late for a Tony Robbins seminar. She's joined a seminar with Tony Robbins in America, and I think it starts at 1 a.m. or something. So I said, well, I'll make sure that I leave the studio nice and early. And you may have, I don't know what kind of background you have. Not background, I mean, I don't know what kind of upbringing you have, but you may not have noticed, but the leaves behind me are in fact marijuana leaves. And it's, I'll show you the whole mandala if I can. Yeah,
Yep.
it's quite beautiful.
Yes, it is.
But It is made of marijuana leaves, which is considered a drug, of course. But what they sell here is CBD oil, which is, and hemp oil also, which is the non-drug part of the marijuana plant, which is a hemp plant. And hemp has amazing qualities for our health. So you can buy hemp seeds which have no THC, which is the drug component of the hemp. And you can also buy CBD oil, which is very potent, but it's not the drug. So you don't get high on it or anything like that. It's legal, in fact. So that's why there's marijuana leaves behind me, not because my friend smokes marijuana. So Karen Ong said she had to go. Nurhan also said she has to go. And beautiful teachings. Thank you. Loving you too, dear Nurhan. I do love you. And Karen Ong said sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Beautiful. And Gaik, very good sharing session. Thank you. And leaving now. See you later.
Okay.
Okay.
I have to go. The other session starting.
Yes,
Yes.
as usual.
Okay,
Please go
Susan.
and
Yeah,
Bye,
Susan.
Jeff.
Bye.
bye, Susan.
Yeah,
Bye,
Actually,
bye.
Jeff.
I'll say goodbye to everybody
Bye,
because
everyone.
we'll
Bye.
end quite soon.
Bye,
Thank
Jeff.
you.
Bye,
Goodbye,
everybody.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Lovely to see you all as usual. Again, I'm very impressed that you can stay here for 2-3 hours, and it's
Hop
really
on.
beautiful. Yes, hanging on.
Hop on
Yes,
to the next. Yeah.
yeah. And don't forget, if you can go to freestylevipassana.com, you can pick up on any past meetings. Nearly there are many from last year, and even if you want to tell friends, you can also direct them to there. You can also direct them to Freestyle Vipassana YouTube channel. Also, you can find my talks from other places and some of these Zoom chats as well. So feel free to share the love. Have a beautiful day, everybody. For those of you in Malaysia, have a beautiful night, and Thailand, of course. And thank you again to our brother Costa, who is always a stable and steady host for us. I always feel so much better when Costa's in the house and hosting the meeting. I don't have to worry about doing anything wrong. Not that I worry too much, because I've done some things wrong and I really didn't worry about it. But anyway, much appreciated. And hi to Olga, sitting with him. Hi, beautiful. Hi. So thanks, everybody. Lovely to see your faces. Lovely to have your input. And hope to see you next week. And if you like, tell a friend, bring a friend, maybe remind someone who used to come and they didn't. So I know there's quite a few friends missing, especially ML is not here, Old Jay is not here, Doigu is not here. So quite a few of our usual friends. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your day. Ciao for now. Bye. Thanks, Costa. Love you both. See ya.